Hey yogis, we're going to start the second part of the beginner series. We're going to focus on 3 additional standing poses, but these are a little more challenging, so you may need some props. So I'm going to show you some modifications as we go. Today we're going to work on standing forward fold, or Tadasana in Sanskrit. Now, the biggest precaution for this pose is if you have any lower back pain, you need to be very careful in the pose. And so I'll just kind of walk you through things to be mindful of. Also, if you have very tight hamstrings, then you want to make sure you don't overstretch in the pose. The benefits of the pose are it's a great stretch for your hamstrings and calves and for your spine. So let's return to our mountain pose thinking. The alignment is a nice long spine, even in this pose, even as you're leaning forward. The problem with people who have lower back pain, or even beginners, and it can cause lower back issues, is they tend to round because they're trying to either touch their toes or get further into the pose before they're ready. And that rounding of the back puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. So you want to maintain, even in this pose, that nice long spine, the open chest. So we're just hinging forward, okay? So as a beginner, you may need a prop, and that's fine. So I've got a folding chair here. You can just grab a chair, the back of the couch. You can even use the wall. So what you're going to do is you're going to get into your stance, feet either hip distance apart or together. All right, I'm going to do hip distance. And you're going to have a nice long spine, and you're just leaning forward, hinging forward until you feel the stretch. Now, your legs are still standing strong. Again, if you've done the previous poses, you know that you're standing strong in mountain pose. You're engaging your legs. You want your upper body in this pose to be more relaxed, but not so relaxed that you're curving and hunching forward. So you just want to stand strong on your legs and lean, hinge forward. Now, the chair is supporting me, but again, I'm not caving in, okay? So you still want that nice long spine. Lean forward until you feel the stretch, okay? Now, another thing you can do, as I mentioned, is you can use the wall. Sorry, I'm going to stick my butt toward the camera. Just lean on the wall. Again, you want your legs either hip distance apart or together, and you can do the same thing, but notice, if you can, I'm hinging, okay? I'm not caving into the wall, all right? And you immediately, especially if you have really tight hamstrings, you'll feel a really good stretch, okay? Now, a variation, which, I mean, it's not really, I guess, a yoga pose, but it's a variation on the standing forward. I'll do it with my back towards you, unfortunately, because I don't have room this way. You could just, and I'm sure you've seen this, step back, bend the opposite leg, push that heel down, and you'll get a good stretch here too. So that's a good starting pose if you don't have a chair or you don't want to do both legs at the same time and you just want to focus on one leg. Totally up to you. So many options. Okay, so work on this pose. Take your time. Again, you don't want to overstretch. And then we'll start another pose tomorrow in the series. We're going to work on tree pose, which is one of my favorite poses. But for now, let's just work on standing forward, fold, take your time. And as always, be mindful of your body and meet yourself where you are. All right. Have a great day. Namaste.